Greetings, everybody! It is I, Larry the Motham, and welcome back to another episode. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary the Motham, and what are you doing here? This is my video. Me? Well, obviously I'm here because I'm talking about regional variants. And I'm your regional variant of Motham. Okay. But if you were to ask me, you're the variant. What? Hey, no, that's not true. It states that way in the Pokédex. Shush, and let the grown-ups talk. You silly Silcoon. Didn't you get, like, attacked by Ghost in the Halloween special? Oh, that? That was most unpleasant indeed. But so little people watched that horrendous video that it might as well not have happened. I thought it was a good video. Anywho, today I will be talking about the regional variants for this buffoonish Buffaland dumb little region. No. I will be showing them the Fakemon that I drew for my really cool region. Oh, by the way, didn't you promise everyone regional forms for Burmy and Loomadam? Get to drawing, you lazy slackers. Oh, now I get to do the video, huh? Now that we have to draw? Well, we'll get to it. You just have some patience, or I'm bringing out the repels. Fine, go on. I'll just be waiting here. Scheming. Oh, thank you. Finally. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Regional variants for my Benelux region. For the first regional variant, I decided to revisit an old idea of mine long before I came up with my Dutch-inspired Pokemon region. Elfian Spinda was a Spinda variant that I drew back in 2022 for my old Elfie region. And I thought the ideas and concepts were very neat, and I could definitely revisit them in a new Benelux region. God, that thing is ugly. I can barely believe you even drew that. Why, thank you. That just means you think that I have improved as an artist. Oh wait, no, this regional variant of Spinda will be a poison fighting type, taking inspiration from a drunk sailor. That's right, I'm making a beer Pokemon. Can't have a region partially based on Belgium and not make a beer Pokemon. Now, obviously it isn't outright a drunken beer Pokemon. Game Freak would never do that. Instead of beer, it's the poison that Spinda now possesses, which causes it to be so loopy and dizzy. Its blood is straight up poison, which causes poor Spinda all kinds of nasty side effects. Belgium is one of the most popular places in terms of beer production and consumption. And this alcoholic beverage is deeply ingrained within the culture here. Many popular brands originate in Belgium. Belgian brews are often sweeter and contain more yeast in the alcohol than average beverages. Not that I know, I don't do alcohol, and neither should you kids. However, many people here do. On average, 70 liters of beer are drunk every year per person, and the legal drinking age for low alcoholic liquids is 16. Not as low as in Germany though, where it is 14 under parental supervision, but still. Okay, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, Spinda. Its patterns are still randomly generated for every individual Spinda, and there will still be this amount of regional Spinda forms. Gotta catch them all, am I right? The difference with the patterns is that they're now stars instead of spots, like the ones you see floating around people's heads in cartoons when knocked out. Ugh, I'm not saying that. Do it or I'm getting the swatter again. Fine. What will it be? One Humblified Spinda, please.
Spinda, the Star Panda Pokemon. A poison fighting type. Side effects of its poison include nausea, clammy skin, numbed reflexes, trouble breathing, throwing up, severe brain damage, and even death. Spinda's immune system has grown so potent that its own poison merely causes it to turn tipsy. In this flushed state, Spinda becomes a more erratic fighter. It has the abilities Tangled Feet, Poison Heal, and the hidden ability Contrary.
So, what do you think, Larry? Do you like original Spinda? It's adequate, I assume. A vast improvement over the old design. Shame of the blue, though. Thank you. I took extra inspiration from sailors as well. That doesn't matter. Who'll use it anyways? It's still weak and has the same stats as the real Spinda. And why is it even a fighting type? Well, I'm glad you asked. Transition time! Spinda is a pretty weak Pokemon that sadly doesn't really evolve. But as Galar showed us, regional variants can receive regional evolutions. So I'm gonna give Spinda the evolution that it desperately needed. I'm making it big, round and bulky. Like depictions of fat, jolly sailors. Which gives it a lot of personality, and I really love that kind of character archetype. Sailors, by the way, fit perfectly into the Benelux region, thanks to the connection between the Netherlands and sailing. But I digress. It's also getting big bright cheeks, reminiscent of how the face and nose will turn into a deep red when drunk, thanks to all the blood rushing to the face. I'm keeping the spiral motif, but I'm making it a little more subtle, being mostly visible in the way that it curls its rabbit-like ears and fists. And also a little spiral belly button to add some personality. No doubt this will spark extreme controversy in the belly button community. It may have rabbit-like ears, but Spinda, and thus its evolution, are actually based on red pandas. And the evolution Pandizz is also a more regular panda. Which is fitting, because they're usually also big, fat, and very stupid. Okay, that's cute and all, but why is it a fighting type? That's because of the fighting style Drunken Fists. The fighter imitates a drunken person in battle, to confuse and disorient their foe. This Pokemon is basically doing that, but it's also actually drunk. Well, again, it's not drunk, it's more loopy because of the poison. The spots on Spinda's head are now moved to its big fat belly, and there will once again be that amount of Pandizz that you can find. The spots are now located here because of how much it drinks, and also to resemble sailors' tattoos. Okay, your turn to be the bartender. Okay, fine. What would you like, sir? Me. I've been sailing these salty seas for 3 months. I've had nothing to drink but seawater for weeks. The only thing I crave more than to see my wife and son again is the sweet taste of beer down my throat. What? You're supposed to say Pandizz? Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away.
Pandeez, the star panda Pokemon. A poison fighting type. People often underestimate it because of its bumbling and foolish behavior. In reality, Pandeez is as strong as a Machamp and as fast as a Ninjask. Its fighting style is rather unique and unpredictable. Pandeez stumbles around seemingly clumsily, using its strong limbs to chop down foes like Bisect, whose toxic honey it drinks. It has the abilities Tangled Feet, Poison Heal, and the hidden ability Contrary.
I am very happy with the evolution to Spinda. Pandeez has so much character and a lot more than this old design, which was a little bit ugly. Dear God! Now there are 2 ugly people in this video. Larry, you are aware that we are the only 2 people in this video, right? Now there is still 1 ugly person in this video. Moving on. This next regional variant is a little bit more of a joke than the previous one. They're all jokes, haha! I am gonna make a regional variant of Doduo, based on the dodo birds. The The dodo bird was originally discovered by Dutch sailors, who landed on the island of Mauritius, where it lived, and quickly it went extinct. Dodos are often thought of as being stupid and dumb, but in reality they were more just kinda lazy. Since there were no predators on the island, it never developed the instinct to run away from danger. So when Dutch sailors arrived on the island with cats and rats... Oh, just start already. Fine. Let's not do the history lesson in that case. I'm making Doduo a lot shorter and chubbier. It's like real dodos. Doduo right now doesn't really resemble a dodo that much. In fact, it's the complete opposite of a dodo, since Doduo is actually a recent species. According to the Pokédex, Doduo's multiple heads was the result of a very recent mutation. So my regional variant will be the original Doduo, with only one head. Dodo beaks usually weren't this thin. No, the beak is actually based on a bird that resembles the dodo very closely in appearance. The kiwi bird. And would you like to know who discovered New Zealand? It's the Maori, technically. But 1,000 years ago, the first European who discovered New Zealand was a Dutchman, Abel Tasman. The island is even named after the Dutch province of Zeeland.
If I had a nickel for every time the Dutch discovered an island with a small flightless grey bird causing them to nearly go extinct, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's sad that it happened twice.
Is that really your best impression of Doofenshmirtz? Yes. Yes, it is. Anywho, I'm making him really fluffy. Like a little baby bird with too much fluff on him. Other than that, this regional form of Doduo is intentionally as plain and boring as possible. Okay, you know your text? Of course I do. I'm gonna kill it. Sire, this island has weird birds. What do we do? Execute. Hey, wait, that's not in the script. Ah!
Doduo, the lone bird Pokemon. A normal type. This form of Doduo was actually the original form, but went extinct nearly 500 years ago. Thanks to conservation efforts, however, it has survived in this region. When this form of Doduo was first discovered long ago, it was hunted for its food. They are very passive and won't run away, even when Meowth, its predator, is ready to pounce. It has the abilities Unaware, Early Bird, and the hidden ability True Aunt.
Doduo becoming a pure normal type would be the first time a regional variant just lost a type it had. But it makes sense, since it's completely flightless. I personally like to think that Doduo gaining the extra head was what turned it into a flying type. Like a helicopter? Like a helicopter. Dodrio's regional variant was honestly a lot harder to come up with, and it's definitely the one I struggled with the most during this video. I wasn't completely sure what direction I wanted to go in with it, and I had to restart multiple times. And when I finally started drawing, I realized halfway in I had forgotten to record. You really do have the intelligence of a moth? I'm starting to get really sick of you. Anywho, my idea for this Pokemon line is basically that they only have one head, but it kind of looks like they have two. That's why Doduo had a fluffy tail. If it were to curl up its head into its body, it would be hard to notice a difference. Well, except for the beak. And this idea I wanted to expand with Dodrio. But I wasn't sure how to at first. I did know what secondary inspiration I wanted it to have though. A zombie bird. Its neck and legs are skeletal, and its face resembles a bird's skull. This skeleton neck is also based on something that really scared me a year or so back. We have chickens in our garden, and when I went into the garden to feed them, suddenly one of them looked like it was missing a chunk of its neck. Turns out chickens lose their feathers when stressed and pluck them out. and it looks really messed up. I like to call them zombie chickens. They regrow after a while, don't worry, but it's still extremely unsettling. So Dodrio is based on this phenomenon. Anywho, after all that rambling, Burmy finally got an idea how to give it 2 fake heads. Dodrio has 2 fluffy poofs of feathers where its wings are, and on these it attaches the skulls of its long dead Dodrio brethren, which went extinct very long ago. That's super hardcore, honestly, and I'm very happy I finally managed to make it look cool. Humble Dodrio! I was gonna say, too bad, you're too slow. Oh, that's it, you ugly dust dogs. You're the one with the face of a Relor? Well, you smell like a muck and a Garbodor kissing.
Dodrio, the last bird Pokemon, a normal ghost type. Possibly the last of its kind, this form of Dodrio has gone extinct in the wild. It has a strange propensity to collect skulls of its fallen brethren. It's fiercely protective over nests of Doduo that aren't even its own. Conservation efforts have tried to reintroduce it to its old habitats, with little success.
And that's where it all started, honestly. I just feel like I need to make an impact, you know. People never care about me. Yeah, I understand. I feel that way too. I'm glad we got to talk about our problems instead of fighting each other. Wait, aren't you supposed to say something about the bed? Oh right, this new Dodrio looks absolutely amazing, I think. Really cool, but still kind of cute. I'm a bit scared it's too major of a department though. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Ah! Hurry up! I can't take it anymore! When will you be drawing that Burmy and Loomadam form you've been promising? Look, Larry, if you wanna stay in this video for any longer, you better behave. Fine, what do you want? I don't know, like, you can tell the viewers to like and subscribe or something, I don't know. Why would I do that? I want them to dislike and unsubscribe from your garbage little channel, because I hate you. Fine. But can you at least stay quiet while I'm talking? Alright. Alright, so Furret. So Furret is my favorite. You're really gonna stay quiet? Yes, if you hurry up. Alright, thanks. So Furret is my favorite Pokemon. And for this reason, I really wanted to do something with Furrets. A new evolution, a gimmick form, maybe a convergent evolution. But I eventually decided to give it a regional form. Because I got the fun idea of turning Furret into a witch's familiar. And also a paintbrush. I want to turn the fluffy and adorable Furret into a witch's broom. Taking inspiration from Western European beliefs of witches' familiars. These were demons that would take the bodies of usually involuntary hosts in order to help a witch with her evil deeds. One of these hosts could be the ferret. Ferrets are my favorite animals for a very special, but secret reason that would probably end my career if I told you, so I won't. First I wanted to lean in much harder into the witch's ID, but turning Furret into a dark or a ghost type would overlap too much with Linoon or Dodrio from this video. So I decided to mix in the inspiration of a paintbrush and make it part psychic type. Painting is a huge part of the Dutch history, specifically the Dutch Golden Age, and Amsterdam can be considered a real rival to Italy and France when it comes to art. Think of big names like Vincent van Gogh, or important for Furret, Rembrandt van Rijn. He is important to our situation because of one of his most acclaimed paintings, which is called The Girl and the Broom. It just works, you know, and it ties together so neatly. I love it.
After the megas you thought I would chew? But here's Mega Delphox and Furret too. Furret, the long body Pokemon. A normal psychic type. Furret is a free spirit and loves dancing and painting with colored juice from the variety of berries it collects. It can also fly. Outdated superstitions believed that Furret was an accomplice to witches, who would ride Furret through the night sky. Today, tourists can also fly with them. It has the abilities Levitate, Creativity, and the hidden ability Risk.
The ability Creativity raises both its special attack and special defense stat by 1 stage upon entering the battle. I also thought it would be neat if Furret could learn the move Sketch, but only once at like level 30 or something. That way I don't think it would be too broken, but let me know what you guys think. Oh, what was that? Huh? Nothing. I was just mumbling to myself how mid your design is. The real Furret is way better. Yeah, actually I can agree on you with that last part. There's no improving perfection. Oh, before we move on though, I just want to tell you all that this Furret doesn't do the Furret walk. It does the Furret fly. Now, Furret and Furret can both go on a walk and fly anywhere they want together. Also, I have the idea of turning this Pokemon into a soaring Pokemon, just like Mega Latias and Latios were in ORAS. When will you be drawing that Burmy and Loomadam form you've been promising? Calm down, buddy, calm down. Because you've been so patient, I'll make them right now. How about that? Thank goodness. Took you a while, you lazy Snorlax. Don't make me regret this. As you guys may remember, a while ago, during my 500 subscribers special, I drew a regional variant to Mothim, which will be featured in my region, and sadly also caused Larry to be birthed. Hey! And in that video, I said I'd draw regional forms to Burmy and Loomadam. It's time to finally deliver on that promise. My original form of Mothim was based on silk moths. Moths which in their larval state produce silky threads from which they make their cocoons. And these threads would then be harvested in Japan and China to create garments, such as the kimono and the patterns you can see on Humblified Mothim, before they would trade them away with the Dutch. So my regional Burmy will build upon this concept, by being wrapped in a silky scarf, not knitted by it, but its evolution. The ends of the scarf poke out from underneath the main body, hanging down as flowing tendrils. However, in the finished art, it kinda looked more like they were its legs. So now it can run on those things as if it were a toadstool. Very entertaining. The horn on its head is shaped like a crochet hook, from which it hangs from branches. Fun facts, or I guess not so fun facts, but silkworms have been so domesticated that they can't live in the wild anymore and are entirely dependent on humans. Poor fellas. Color-wise, the scarf is a bluish white, resembling the silk of real silkworms, with blue tips because they looked aesthetically pleasing. Say hello to Burmy! Finally!
Burmy, the silkworm Pokemon. A bug type. Humblified Burmy is always wrapped in a thick soft cloak to protect it from the cold. They don't weave these themselves. Its evolution, Loomadam, does it for them. It hangs from trees and reaches its tendrils around to snatch fruits or small bug Pokemon passing by. If it falls, it can use these tendrils to run around clumsily. It has the ability Silk Touch and the hidden ability Overcoat.
You may remember that the ability Silk Touch was the same ability that both Humblified Mothim and Grimoire for my Halloween special have. And you may also remember, from the Halloween special specifically, that this ability powers up special attacks and weakens physical attacks. Oh, it's very cute! Oh, finally a Fakemon of yours that is actually worth something. Why doesn't it have different forms though? the boring Burmy has different forms, right? Well, when I made you, or regional Motham, I gave it 3 different forms. The same way Burmy and Loomadam usually have 3 different forms. I thought it would be fun to turn around the dynamic between these 3 completely. Okay, that's quite cool. But how do you get the correct desired Motham though? I want my Motham to evolve into an awesome autumn form. Or maybe a cherry form. Just not that boring wave form. Well, I don't know actually. I usually don't keep game balancing in mind that much. That's why I make so many mistakes. Wow, thanks. How about it evolves depending on what kind of silk it holds? Oh, it would need to achieve a level greater than 20 while holding the orange, blue or pink silk. Upon meeting these requirements, it finally evolves. Huh, that's a pretty neat idea. And maybe the silk doubles special defense when held by a bug type. Wow, Larry, thanks for the idea. It's great. I know, I'm amazing. Yeah, you know what? You've been a lot more fun than usual during this video. And you've been a lot more tolerable than usual, I guess. Now, show it to Loomadam. Come on, come on! Loomadam? Oh, right, Loomadam. Well, I didn't draw Loomadam. What? Yeah, I drew an entirely new Pokemon. Meet Loomadam. For Loomadam, I knew it would be a little weird if I just removed its whole form gimmick. So instead I came up with a brand new Pokemon, named Loomadam, from Loom and Madame. It would vaguely resemble Loomadam, being a feminine worm wrapped up in a coat and all. But Loomadam would be a bit different. I drew its main body shape, which once again resembles a knitting needle, as a reference to see how the silk would be wrapping around it. And then the scarf-like tendrils from Burmy also return in its design. However, the coat around its body isn't the scarf that these tendrils come from. Instead, they come from the scarf wrapped around its head, which I tried to style like the scarf of a babushka. At first I had the head extend into a knitting needle-like shape, but I'd scrap this design later, because it didn't really fit that well and it looked a little silly. I drew little bug-like claws poking out of the scarf, which extended to the back of the coat. They're just like needles sticking through the silk, like through a ball of yarn, for example. Now, without a needle structure on its head, it needs a way to hang from trees. So, I give its butt a hook and turn it upside down. Obviously. Who weren't expecting that, were you? The top, or bottom parts of its cloak gets 2 buttons that resemble eyes, so it can confuse predators. I believe it has some fun personality like this. And also correct me if I'm wrong, but we've never had an official Pokemon art that's upside down, right? Hey Larry, would you like to introduce Loomadam? Really? Oh, it would be a pleasure! This is Loomadam! Oh, sorry, was that too much? Nope, just right.
Loomadam, the silkworm Pokemon. Coats and scarf woven by these skillful bug types can sell for millions. Their silk is highly durable and of great quality, and their craft only surpasses this. It hangs upside down from trees, painstakingly knitting coats and scarves for days on end. It gifts these coats to wild Pokemon in the winter. It has the ability Silk Touch and the hidden ability Overcoat.
So, what do you think of Loomadam? It is amazing. She reminds me so much of my grandma when I was a little Burmy. She wove the orange silk that I used to evolve. Ah, good times. I miss her so much. Well, I am glad you liked it. It's definitely a more acquired taste, but I hope the audience will enjoy it as much as we do. Yeah, I hope for them too. Now, there we've had it, everybody. 5 brand new regional variants, along with the 2 new evolutions in one single video. That's a pretty big one. Now let's see them get added to the decks, shall we? This video better do well. Billions must see the glory of my family. Calm down, buddy. I guess I don't need to ask you who your favorite Pokemon is in this video, huh? Though I do wonder about you guys. Which one are your favorite Pokemon? It better be Burmy and Loomadam. Or, you know, it can also be someone else, obviously. Hey, Larry, you know, after today, I really feel like we've connected a little, you know? I'm very glad you are here with me today. You're quite a pleasant person sometimes. And I'm glad to call you my brother. Pocket Anvil! Oh, that will teach you to be sentimental with me and let your guard down. You ninkada poop. You there, the viewers. I hope you enjoyed my wonderful presence in this video. I'm truly delighted you all came here to watch me. Oh, and I guess Gary too a little. Don't forget to like and subscribe to his channel. And have another despicable day. I've been Larry the Motham. Gonna catch me? Never!